We are back for another LGN F1 League race here in Japan. It's lights out, and away we go. Evan gets a really good start. He's up into second already. AJP falls down into third. Blazer goes up a few positions, now up into sixth, as AJP is side by side with Pre, but stays ahead in third. The drivers now coming to the S corners, with Dom in first, Evan in second, AJP right behind the Red Bull driver in third. Pre's in P4 with Jack in P5. There's a yellow flag, and JC has retired yet again from another league race here on lap 1. JC is out, and that's a spin from Evan, and Evan's going to tumble down the order. Let's hop on board with Blazer's race start. Lights go out. Blazer gets an excellent start, pulls over to the side, gets past Lugner, gets past both Alfa Romeos and the Alfa Tauri, finds himself on the inside of the Alpine driver. That's Pre just ahead in the Aston Martin. And that was a fantastic getaway from Blazer. Dom leads with Pre in second, AJP's in third. Evan fell all the way down to P13, but it's the McLaren drivers of Dom and AJP who does get the move on Pre, and now McLaren sit first and second. Pre and AJP are neck and neck as we come down the first corner here on lap 2. Pre's going to take it down the inside, but he clips the grass slightly. Now he's gone onto the curb, and he's onto the grass. Pre's got it all wrong, and he's spun backwards, and he's tagged AJP. Blazer goes past and up into second place. Gerald Crisp is up in position as well. Pre's facing the wrong way on the track. He's going to have to turn around, and that's going to see Evan and Agile pass him. Pre falls down all the way into P12. That's AJP with no front wing. He's in P9. And I wonder if the incident with Pre has resulted in no front wings for AJP. He's going to have to pit. He's got Sizzling H ahead of him, and he's got the Red Bull driver of Evan, who spanned earlier on, behind him. He'll get passed very shortly. AJP is going to have to go into the pits as Evan does get passed. It's a nightmare start for McLaren. Well, here we have Lugner and Ollie, the Mercedes drivers, sitting in 5th and 6th. They're doing okay, and they'll be happy with this here on lap 3. Jack now hunting down Blazer. Blazer's in second, the Williams driver, having a fantastic start as Jack says one down the inside, gets the move, but Blazer is going to go neck and neck, and now gets past again. Blazer gets his position back, but goes into the pits, so now Jack's going to reclaim P2. Blazer has Pre behind him. Pre on the soft compound of tyres, Blazer on the medium compound of tyres. Oh, they get a bit close. Blazer is going to defend his position. He's just come out of the pits. Pre hasn't pitted yet. And Blazer is going to hold P7. Pre is fast on this track and will try and make the move. Agile is in P9, but he's got Evan, Harry Sanchez and LJ all behind him. Ash driver is currently in the points. He hasn't scored points since we raced in Miami a few months ago, and he'll be looking to get points today. We're only on lap 5, and Evan is going to put a lot of pressure on the Hash driver. The Hash driver does go off track slightly, and Evan gets the move. Up into P9 he goes. He's now going to try and get the move on Agile as well, and LJ makes contact, and he's off in sector 3. Yellow flag. But he's okay, he's got no wing damage. But LJ is now going to get overtaken by Tony JD and AJP. LJ falls down into P14. AJP and Agile are side by side, and the McLaren driver is going to swoop round the outside and gets the move. And up into P10, AJP is back in the point. That's a sight you don't want to see. And it's Ollie with no front wings. Gerald Crisp is leading here in Japan. The Alfa Romeo driver on the hard compound of tyres is sitting in first. Ollie has come out of the pit and finds himself behind Agile. Ollie was sitting in P5, and now he's all the way down into P13 here on lap 6. Lugner has the lead of the race, but he hasn't pitted yet. But Dom has. Dom in second place for McLaren as Pre sets the fastest lap of the race. Lugner has the lead here on lap 8 with Dom in second, Jackson P3. Lugner's tyres are worn, and Dom's going to send it down the inside. Lugner lets him past, and Dom claims the lead of the race here in Japan. Sizzling H has Pre just behind him. Pre in P8 has the pace advantage on the Alfa Romeo. As the drivers come down towards sector 3, Sizzling H gets it slightly wrong on the exit of that corner, and Pre gets the overtake. Up into P7 he goes. Sizzling H might try and attack Pre as they go down towards the first corner. Pre hugs the inside line. Sizzling H goes on the outside and just about stays ahead. And Agile goes off, and there's a yellow flag. Jack's ahead of Gerald Crisp. Gerald Crisp is putting pressure on the Alpine. Oh, and he's going to get it wrong here at lap 10. Oh, and his wings come off. Gerald Crisp is in deep trouble. He's got no front wing. He's in P3 with only 3 laps to go. And that's Blazer going up into third. Gets the overtake. Gerald Crisp has 3 laps to somehow keep it on the track. AJP is gaining on Sizzling H at a significant rate. The McLaren driver needs as many points as he can possibly get for the constructors fight. Sizzling H is just ahead of him, and they're going to go now down towards turn 1. AJP is on the back end of Sizzling H. He's going to pull to the inside and try and make the move, but he makes contact. He's onto the gravel, and he's hit the board, and he's broken his front wing, and AJP has crashed here on lap 11, and he's just about kept the engine going. AJP now gets overtaken by LJ and falls down into P10. Pre's on the back end of Evan, and he's going to tuck one down the inside of the Red Bull driver and produces the overtake. The Aston Martin driver puts himself up into P5 with only 2 laps to go, but he's flashing, and Evan won't give up. He'll want that position back. Gerald Crisp is really struggling with no front wing. He's onto the gravel and the grass. Dom is going to come round the final corner here in Japan. He's done superb, and he gets the fastest lap. Dom wins here in Japan in the LGN F1 League. Jack's going to finish in second. It's damage limitation for Alpine. And Blazer is going to come round the final corner to get his first podium in Season 3. Gerald Crisp is against Lugo, battling away on the last few corners. Who's going to come out on top? They're so close. Both Alfa Romeos getting in each other's way. And Luna goes down the middle of them. There's contact between Sizzling H and Luna. LJ's in the background. Who's going to cross the line first? It's Luna. And Sizzling H finishes in P7. LJ gets it on the Gerald Crisp in 8th, and Gerald Crisp finishes in P9, with Tony JD finishing in P10. Dom wins today's race in Japan for McLaren. Jack is in second on the podium for Alpine today, and Blazer gets his first podium this season for Williams. Before we look at the league standings, let's take a look at who got driver of the day for last week's race in Singapore. A big congratulations to Sizzling H, who gets 56% of the 27 votes for your driver of the day in Singapore. Sizzling H is your driver of the day. Here are the Drivers' League standings after today's race in Japan. Levi is still in first on 329 points. Dom goes up into second. Evan goes down into third. And AJP is in fourth. Gerald Crisp is in fifth. Ugner is in sixth. Sizzling H is in 7th, Pre goes up into 8th, Ollie is down into 9th, LJ is in 10th, Harry Sanchez is in 11th, Blazer is in 12th, Jack is in 13th, Tony JD is in 14th, JC is in 15th, Steve Buffalo is in 16th, Sirius in 17th, Relic in 18th, Agile in 19th, and Entire YOLO is in 20th. And here are the Constructors' League standings. Alpine are in first on 392 points. McLaren follow them in second on 388 points. Red Bull are in third. Alfa Romeo are in fourth. Mercedes in fifth. Aston Martin in sixth. Williams in seventh. AlphaTauri are in eighth. Ferrari are in ninth. And Haas are in 10th. Thank you for watching today's video. We will see you in the next race around USA.